Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Now do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this on a regular basis. And if you guys enjoy the video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. Now with that said, today's video, we are going to check out something cool from Sony. This is something they just came out with, this pretty much just released in the last couple days, and that is the back button attachment for your PlayStation 4 Dualshock controller. Now, this is nothing new. This is a programmable macro button, and what this is going to do is basically plug into your headphone jack in your controller. Other controllers for, let's say, the Xbox One, their Elite controller, they've been doing this for 2 series of controllers now. So this is definitely nothing new. We have third parties like PowerA does this for Nintendo Switch's controllers. You have 8BitDo, they do that for some of their controllers as well now. So it's becoming a standard feature, and I guess the idea is that PlayStation is planning on putting these in the PS5 controller and being late in the PS4's life, because let's face it, this is the last year of just the PlayStation 4 on the market. The end of this year, we're going to have PlayStation 5. So people are going to be phasing that in. But Sony basically came out, and same with Xbox, said that you're going to be able to use this generation's controllers with next gen. So you'll be able to use your PS4 DualShock on your PlayStation 5. And I gotta say, that's pretty awesome, because this is kind of the first time this has even happened. Usually they want you to buy all new stuff. So there you got to go out and buy brand new controllers, you know, everything. So this is going to be the first time that we can just carry our controllers straight over to the next system. So that is absolutely awesome. And I guess Sony figures that this is a good way to basically add these macro buttons to your controller that you have now for a reasonable price. Right now these things sell for $29.99, which really isn't too bad, considering they do sell high-end controllers that are pretty pricey that would have this stuff. But like I said, there is companies like PowerA now that are making these things more affordable. So it's only going to help now that there's consumer competition to drive these prices down a little bit. And we can already see it with stuff like this by an add-on to the controller. And I'm sure now that Sony has came out with something like this, we're going to probably see more attachments like this. So that's a good thing for sure. So this thing has a little OLED screen on the back, which is pretty cool. So, you know, it's going to draw a little more power, being that you're plugging this thing into the controller, basically. But let's face it, the PS4 controllers do die quick anyway, so I don't think this is going to shorten the life by too much. Even maybe a couple minutes overall, but I don't think that's, you know, anything like terrible, because let's face it, you already should have a controller on backup by now, knowing that the PS4's controllers don't last the longest. So we're going to check this thing out. We're going to open it up. We're going to hook it up to a controller I got right here and see how easy it attaches, or if it's a pain. And we're going to see if it's worth your money, guys. So stick with me and let's check this thing out. So here we go, guys. We got the DualShock back button attachment for the PlayStation 4. I'll show you on the back of the box quick. 2 programmable back buttons. It says map to 16 different functions. You got your OLED screen, displays current and both assignments and selected profile. You got screen button to let you customize button assignments, and stereo headset jack connects with your wired headset. That's the pass-through, basically. So let's open this guy up. So they just got one of these clear little circle sticker things on it. So you can easily just pull that up and pop this thing out. So let's see here. It's going to be basic in here. So right here you have your little instructions telling you how to set it up. Definitely not rocket science, that's for sure. So here we go. They got it wrapped in just like a little basically foam kind of thing, and that's it. That's all that's in the box. So toss that box to the side and unwrap this guy. Alright, so here we go. And they basically have the OLED screen covered here, but as you can see, we got the buttons, and I gotta say, they feel really good actually. They got a nice little click to them, so I'm pleasantly surprised the way that they feel. Now this little piece here, as you can see, it's on like a little swivel, and that's because of the weird angle in the controller and just the way that you're gonna have to kind of place that up in there. So here I got my Dualshock, and let's see, as you can see, here's the little port you're gonna be plugging it into, and I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to pull it up there, but there is also, like, along with that little like jack, there's a little chip kind of that is going to go in there as well. So it's actually two pieces that plug in to right here. You have the little like headphone jack kind of part here that's sticking up, this little nubby thing here, and then you're going to have this other chip basically going in where you would be plugging in like a USB or whatever. So let's see here. Try to angle it correctly and get that little chip part in there. So definitely see why they have it kind of with that weird angle. Alright, so you got to give it a little bit of a push for sure, but it goes in okay. A little weird. I'm going to try that again, see how it comes out. Alright, so it's actually in there pretty good once you get it in. So got to line it up. Kind of weird, I gotta say. It's a little odd, and you got to give it a push and be careful that you don't snap that because like I said, it is a little awkward how it's set up because this piece on the bottom is on an angle. That's why they had to make it swivel like that. But here we go. I turned it on by messing with it, but so now it's powered up, and I can hear my system now. But wow, it does feel really good. As you can see, it's right where your fingers are, so that actually works out really good. And let's see here. So I just pushed this in. It does show that you just push that and the little LED came on. So it's pretty nice. I do like that they have that little LED screen. That's definitely cool. And let's see here. So I'm going to go through the directions on just setting it up and everything. So just I'll kind of see how we do this quick. So it says turn off your controller before attaching the product to your DualShock 4 to ensure a proper connection. Use this product only with the DualShock 4. So that's important. I imagine you should probably try it with other controllers. Alright, connecting it to your controller, hold the back button attachment with your thumb behind the stereo headset. Yeah, we did all that stuff. Alright, so let's get into the programming part. Let's see. So it doesn't, I guess it doesn't have any more programming stuff on that paper, but what I didn't see is there is another paper in this box. Here we go. So it's kind of, see if I can show you here. It's kind of stashed in the back of the box here. So yeah, that's why I didn't see it. It's actually way back in there. So now I have the instructions here for how to program it, because let's face it, that's the important part. And it gives you basic stuff. Don't touch it with wet hands and all this stuff. It's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go over to my PlayStation. I'll get that set up and we're gonna go over the programming and we'll check out a game quick. So let's get to it, guys. Alright guys, so we got Horizon Chase Turbo here. And basically what it is right now we got the right trigger is the gas and the left trigger is the brake, but we also have the X as the gas and the O as the brake. So What we're going to do is I'm going to make the right back macro button the gas and the left one the brake. So I'm going to pause this quick. So what you do here now is you click this back button and then the screen comes up. So right now I got an X and an O. So I want the X over here. You can actually keep clicking this and it pages through all the different controls. R1, R2, L or R3, L1, L2, L3. It goes through each one, X, O, triangle, square. So I want X on this side. So here it is, and I want O on this side. And you can program anything, D-pad, whatever. So that is pretty nice, I gotta say. So once you get it set, you're gonna click it for a second, and it should be programmed. Now it's done. So now I should be able to squeeze these in. Yep, and I got my gas. That's all I'm clicking in. And left macro should be the brake. So yeah, I'm braking because every time I touch it. So that's pretty nice. So now I can pretty much I can squeeze the controller. I don't have to really hit any buttons. All I got to do is basically squeeze it. So that's pretty cool. And you can actually program 3 different things on here. So I'm going to pause it again, okay? Now, I'm going to pull that screen back up. So now I got my first player one. So you should be able to tap it twice. It goes to player 2. So let's see here. I'm going to make... See, the more you tap, as many times as you tap it, it goes to another player. Okay, so now I got it on the player 2. And the square is the turbo button there. So I'm going to make, basically, I paused it on accident. So I'm going to wind up making the square button on the player, or the second programmable slot. I'm going to put the gas on here, which I'll do it as the X button. And I'm going to use instead of the brake, I'm going to put the turbo on here, which would be the square. So again, I bring it up, X for gas, square for the turbo. I just click it once. It should, yep, it goes in a circle, turns off. Now it's programmed. So here we go, starts it up, gas with this. So I'm going. Now, when I hit the other one, I should get a turbo. Ready? Here we go. And there it is. That easy. So you can set up 3 of those profiles fairly easy. And like I said, it's pretty cool because now I don't even have to use the buttons if I don't want to. I can basically just work with the left joystick or the D-pad and just basically squeeze the handles. The only thing I would need is the brake. So I can either hit the circle, or I can hit left trigger, because that's what it is right now. But that's pretty cool. And then to reset the thing, what you're going to do is you're going to hold both macro buttons in and the touch screen, the OLED, all at the same time, down for 5 seconds. And then it basically shows you the PlayStation symbols, the triangle, all that stuff, and it resets it back to the default setting. Pretty cool stuff, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is pretty cool, especially for $29.99. Definitely not a bad price, especially down the road. I'm sure this thing will go on sale at some point. I think this would be an awesome, thing to have especially for a cheaper price. It really isn't bad for $29.99. I'm actually really happy I picked this up. This is going to come in handy for a lot of different games, because you can program it to whatever you want. That's the cool thing. It's easy to reset, real easy to program. I'm sure it doesn't have a lot of battery drain because it shuts off really fast. I think it says it's like 10 seconds of inactivity. So 10 seconds, if you don't mess with it, boom, it shuts down. Not drawing any power. It doesn't draw a lot anyway. It's only a couple things lit up on the OLED to begin with, so not a big deal regardless. But I gotta say, this thing is definitely pretty sweet. But right now, like I said, I just reset it, so now these buttons are in their default mode. Whatever buttons is standard. But like I said, real quick, I'm gonna change it again. I did like the X being here and the turbo being here. So X and square. I'm gonna finalize that. So it's finalizing. Boom, done. Unpause the game. Hold in the right trigger. Now I got gas, or the right macro. Turbo with the left. And smooth sailing. Like I said, don't really even have to mess with buttons. And honestly, in this game, you don't even have to use the brake. You could just let off the gas. So it's just a matter of pretty much just squeezing these macro buttons. That's pretty much all you need to do. So pretty awesome stuff. Like I said, this thing, in my opinion, is worth it, especially for something like Call of Duty. You can put the reload to this one of these buttons and say a grenade to one of them, so you don't have to reach up to the square to reload or whatever, or click up on the what is it, L1 or whatever it is for a grenade. You can just put it right on the back macro buttons, and everything can be nice and quick. Probably make you a little bit better, honestly, because you're not spending that time messing around. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this something that you guys are interested in? Is it too much, or do you think the price is something that you would be willing to pay? Definitely let me know. I'm interested to hear you guys' feedback. But if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor. Please give it a thumbs up. This video a thumbs up. And if you guys aren't subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. Like I said, I try to put gaming content out like this as much as I can. But I thank you guys for watching. That's the video. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one, guys.